A very good morning to all the students of class 11th and class 12th political science. And students, welcome back to the online classes here. But today, before moving to our further topic of our chapter, I would like to take this opportunity and tell you something important relating to COVID-19. Okay, so certain important instructions have been given to you from the very beginning of this session, and from time to time we have been revising these instructions in the videos as well as in your homework portal and your worksheets. But still, I think because of this festive seasons and so many marriages and in the markets you can see there is so much of a rush, we have stopped taking those precautions very seriously now. It's not about you only, it's about us also and everyone around us. We can see in the society how people have started neglecting those important instructions which are very important to fight against this COVID-19. So I will again try to just remind you those basic and important instructions which you have to follow now onwards again. So like wearing masks, follow physical distancing, that is social distancing, maintain hand hygiene. And you know this very well, but we are not following them. Like wearing mask, how do we wear mask? We are not covering our mouth and nose properly even. So these are some of the important. We are not following social distancing, we are not maintaining our hand hygiene, and these three things are very important. These are the most important three elements, I would say, if you have to fight against COVID-19. So you have to follow these. So this I am also telling you certain important other instructions which you already know. Wear mask properly. Okay, this is the instruction, you know, wear mask, but you have to wear it properly. You don't have to just wear it for the sake that okay you have to wear it. No, this is for your precaution, this for your protection. So wear it properly, cover your nose and mouth properly. Stay at least 6 feet from others. So in the markets you can see these days there is so much of congestion and people are gathered at one place in the marriage functions and in the markets. So you have to maintain 6 feet distance from the other people. Okay, wash your hand frequently, always with soap and water for at least 20 seconds. Whenever you are coming from outside or you are coming in contact with anything which is outside your home, you must wash your hands properly for at least 20 seconds with soap or hand wash. Okay, remember to not touch your face. Okay, when you are outside, it happens you are touching many things, you are traveling, you are going to the shops, you are holding various articles, but after that you don't have to touch your face. Okay, you will be using your sanitizer also to sanitize your hands from time to time, but still after that also you don't have to touch your nose, your eyes, your mouth. And so avoid touching your face when you are outside. You have to, once you have to come back, you have to wash your hands. Okay, and do not share food or drinks with others. This is the most important. When you are going to schools even, or you are going outside, you are traveling to your neighbor's place or your relatives, try to avoid having or sharing foods and drinks with the other people, because at this time period now people have started neglecting and the cases are going higher and higher with each passing day. So you have to take precautions once again, and this is the appropriate behavior which is required to fight against COVID-19. So I hope you will be following these instructions, and along with us, it is all we also have to follow all these instructions properly. Thank you. A very good morning to all the students of class 11th political science, and welcome back to the online classes here. And students, in the last video we had started the fourth chapter of your book Political Theory, and the name of the chapter is Justice. Previously it used to be Social Justice, but according to the new revised syllabus given by the CBSE for this particular session, the name of the chapter is only Justice. So the, as you know, the syllabus has been reduced around 30%. So many of the topics from the chapter Social Justice have been cut down, and I had already told you which are the topics which we are going to study in this particular chapter. And the first topic we had already completed, which was what is justice. So in the last video we had understood the meaning of justice, and in that I also told you that justice is not a new phenomena. This is not a new concept which we are studying, as this has been prevalent from the ancient time. And to make that understand, and we saw the very some of the important examples around the world, where we started from ancient India, what was the type of justice, what was the system for justice, as maybe the interpretations and procedures may have been different from place to place, and currently they are different around the world, but this concept of justice has always been prevalent and important part of any society. If we want an equitarian type of society where all the people are treated equally, there are everyone is given equal opportunities, so justice was always important. Then we had discussed about the idea of Confucius, a philosopher of China. According to him, he said that the king should be punishing the people who are the wrongdoers, and should be praising who are people who are doing good things in the society. Then we had studied about a book that is Republic, written by Plato. In that we had seen how that book was in a type of a dialogues between Socrates and his two friends, and they were discussing on the matter of justice. So we are seeing these examples to understand what do we mean by justice. So this was all the short revision I can say we had done in the first part, and today of this chapter we are going to start the second part. Chapter is justice, and the topic which we shall be reading today is the most important topic of this chapter, I would say, and this is very easy for you, like different dimensions of justice. We have also done different dimensions of equality. In that we had done three type of dimensions. It was political, social, and economic. Equality, there we were discussing about equality. Now here we are discussing about justice. To understand the different dimensions, to understand this concept of justice, we have to understand legal justice, political justice, social justice, and economic justice. So as you will move on with the chapter of this book, that is political theory, you will come to know that how closely these terms and concepts are related to each other, like equality, freedom, as we are liberty, justice. So all these are very closely linked to each other, and alone it cannot be effective. All together they form a just society. So here we are going to discuss about these dimensions. As I told you, when in the junior classes you used to study about civics or any other subject of social studies, you just had those definitions directly which you had to mug up and you have to write in the exams. But now you are a student of political science, so you will have to go to into deep roots to understand the meaning, that why you are studying justice, what are the various angles to understand the justice, various dimensions and the meaning of justice. Okay, according to the circumstances and situations, how we'll see that meaning and purpose of these terms keeps changing. So we had done completely about equality, now we are into justice. Same thing has been explained here also. Till now, we have tried to understand what the term justice means. In the first part, we had covered this topic. What do we mean by justice? After considering this, we need to know different dimensions of justice. Okay, we have just understood the meaning of justice and why it is important, what is the significance of justice, also from the ancient time till now. But we'll have to see the different dimensions of justice which may help us in establishing just society. What are those factors important, what are those important factors which we have to understand? With the help of those important dimensions, we can have a society, which society we can call as just society, and which can be called as a just society where people will have legal justice, political justice, social justice, and economic justice. Any society having these type of justice, where every citizen is being treated equally and is having these legal, political, social, and economic justice, that type of society we can call just society. Okay, just is the also a matter of meaning, where we can say that it means truth, and society based on the truth and reality, equality, that type of society we call as just society. It just from this word only, this word justice has emerged. Legal, social, political, and economic justice are the key dimensions of justice. So there can be a small short question also, what are the key dimensions of justice? You will have to say legal, social, political, and economic justice are the key dimensions of justice. Now here we will try to understand these dimensions in detail. So this topic is all about understanding these dimensions one by one, and there are four important dimensions. We will do that one by one, where we will be starting with the first one, that is legal justice. So this can be a 6 marks question also, 5 mark question also, and 4 mark question also. So you have to understand it properly, and you can also use your past knowledge which you have studied from the junior classes, and you know about these topics very well. It's all about now how you interpret these topics, how you understand them. Okay. So the very first one, first dimension is legal justice. From the very word legal, you can understand we are talking about the rules, regulation, articles, and provisions written in the constitution, or it's a law. Legal justice, how we can provide justice to people based on the laws, because there are laws, as we were discussing in the first part about justice, where we told that why there was a requirement of framing of various provisions and laws to provide justice and equality to everyone. So there were legal justice for people. It is a narrow concept of justice which is associated with the legal system and legal procedure. So when we are talking about legal justice, it means we are talking about the legal system. You must have heard of this term legal, that this is not the legal procedure to do this thing. When you are doing something, this is illegal, you call it illegal, means it is against the law which has been written down by the constitution or by the government. So when we talk about a legal justice, it means this concept of justice is associated with the legal system and legal procedure, a right procedure which is according to the constitution existing in the society. So if there is a society, there will be different functions in the society, there will be different type of people, different professions, there will be conflicts, confusions, fights. Okay, but there will be always prevalent legal system, and that legal system has to work according to a particular procedure, and if we don't follow this legal procedure, we can be punished for that. Okay. The court of law interprets the law. So the court of law interprets law and applies it after hearing the partners involved in a dispute. If there is any dispute, they will see what kind of discussion and problem is there between two parties or two partners, and then the court will see which kind of law is to be applied to solve the problem between two disputed parties. Hence, we can say here justice is what administered by the court. So when we call a word justice, it means it is administered by the court of law, and these interpretations of the judge is considered. So in the court, various decisions are taken according to the law, but judge is the important person who interprets what is right and what is wrong according to the rule of law or court of law. So here judge plays an important role, and that is considered an embodiment of justice. So here judge is an embodiment of justice who interprets all the problems, all the disputes, and he also looks into the law uh, law and applies it after hearing the partners involved in a dispute. So here you can understand this legal justice is very important if we have to if we want a just society which is based on equalitarian type of society, where every citizen is treated equally, all the equal opportunities are given to him, there is no discrimination on the basis of caste, color, language, religion, profession, etc. For that, this legal justice plays a very important role. Because of this legal justice, every citizen gets the recognition with the law and court, whether it may be a rich businessman, a president, prime minister, or it may be a labor class person, or it may be a cobbler, it may be a farmer. Everyone is equal in front of eyes of law. Okay, so this justice is really important if you want to have a just society, but it is just a single dimension of justice. Justice cannot be determined only by legal justice. There are other type of justice required, so alone legal justice cannot get the work done for justice. So the next important dimension which we will study today is political justice. So as I told you, alone legal justice is not sufficient to have justice for each and every citizen. The next dimension where we have to focus is political justice. Every citizen should also have political justice. So we'll try to understand what do we understand by political justice. And I'm sure maximum of you are very much familiar with these topics. In any democratic society, political justice means providing equal political rights. in any democratic, when we are talking about any democratic country like India or any society which is based on democracy, in that political justice means providing equal political rights. Whenever we are providing equal political rights to all the people, to the whole population, irrespective of their caste, color, language, etc., when we do not discriminate on the basis of any of these issues, it means we are providing political equality, political justice, equal political rights to everyone. So, political justice stands for a free and fair participation of people in political sphere. So, in the field of politics, when every citizen has the equal chance of free and fair participation, if they want to contest election or if they want to vote, if everyone is being given the equal opportunities, equal rights in to participate in the political sphere, it means we are giving political justice to all the citizens. For example, important part which can be seen here is universal adult franchise, which is we as also call them as right to vote. Any person above age of 18 or above 18 is authorized to vote. So according to the universal adult franchise is the expression of political justice. So when we talk about the political justice in our society, we directly say that yes, universal adult franchise is an expression where we can say every citizen is being treated equally, everyone has a right to vote. Equality of opportunity is getting elected and is holding public. So when we say equality of opportunity, so what do we understand by equality of opportunity in the field of politics is that we are giving opportunity to everyone where they can contest election, they can be elected through an election procedure, they can vote, they can hold public offices, they have the freedom of expression, whatever they feel they can express. But they, although there are some limitations, but still no one can stop them. This is also a freedom given to each citizen where they can show and express what they feel like. They can form associations. These associations are like organizations or groups of various different professions. We can also see, as recently you are seeing this farmers agitation you have seen, okay. So you can see farmers association, doctors association, okay. So these are some of the associations which can be formed by any citizens. They have this political right. They can have any political party also. So these are the important political pillars of political justice. So when we talk about this equality of opportunities, getting elected, public offices, freedom of expression, forming of associations, these are some of the important pillars when we talk about political justice. So these are all related to the political justice which every citizens should have, where we can say especially in a country like India, democratic country means every country, every person, every citizen of a democratic country has to be recognized as an important citizen. He is he can show his consent through voting, he can contest his election also through a proper procedure of voting. So all these are the rights of citizens and we call it political justice for any person. And especially we are talking about the countries like democratic system, okay. So moving forward, and the next dimension of justice which we are trying to understand now, which we will study, that is social justice. So till now we have studied legal justice, political justice. Now we will try and understand social justice. This one is easy for you. You have already been studying this type of topic and this type of justice from the junior classes. So social justice means to end all type of social inequalities, as we have already seen in the chapter equality also, that there are natural inequalities also and there are social inequalities also. So when it comes to social inequalities, these are the inequalities which we as humans we have created and emerged in our society ourselves. When we talk about caste discrimination, class discrimination, differences between rich and poor, gender discrimination, untouchability, so these are the issues and inequalities which humans have brought up in the society amongst themselves. This is not a natural inequality at all. So when we talk about social justice, it means we have to end all type of such evil practices, such old practices of which is going on and is prevalent in the society. So ending all such social inequalities and to protect proper and to provide proper opportunities to every citizen in every sphere of life. So the very first step, if we have to provide social justice, as a part of justice. We have to end all the social inequalities in the society, all the evil practices which is prevalent in the society. We have to end those practices. Plus, we have to provide equal opportunities to every citizen in every sphere of life and every part. Okay, we have to give equal opportunities to everyone without any discrimination on the basis of caste, color, language. Okay, to develop his or her personality to ensure equality of law. So when they will get the equal opportunity, in that case they will develop their personality. They will come to know their talents, their skills, what are the things they can do. So they will get an opportunity and platform to develop themselves, to develop their personality. Then we can ensure equality of law. Prohibition of discrimination. We should not have any type of discrimination in the society. There should be a social security for every citizen. Provision of equal political rights. Everyone should have the equal political rights, as we have already understood under the topic political justice. When we talk about the political justice, it means each and every citizen should have equal political rights. As I told you, right to vote, right to contest election, right to hold public offices, freedom of expression, formation of associations. So these are the important pillars which we have discussed under political justice. And if you have to provide this equal political rights, all these should be kept in mind. The concept of social justice is based on the belief that all human beings are equal and no discrimination should be made on the ground of race, religion, caste, and gender. So, when we are talking about social justice under the topic or under the platform of justice, we are studying it as an important dimension. So, whenever we talk about social justice, it means we have a belief that we all are humans. We have been created by God. So, when God hasn't made any differences amongst us, we all are same human beings. So we should all be treated equally. There should be no discrimination amongst citizens, that is on the basis of his race, religion, caste, gender, place of birth, profession. So these should not be the matter of differences amongst the people. In fact, everyone should be treated equally. Everyone should get an equal opportunities to grow and show their and develop the potential, or the recognize the potential they have. They will only get those, they can develop their personality once they get equal opportunities in the society. Okay, with this we come to the topic of this social justice, and we have covered this, and I hope you can write many more things about this. I've just written it in short, and this is according to the CBSC which has been given to you. This is a new topic. So the next important dimension of justice is economic justice. So when we understand the meaning of economic justice, it means to provide equal opportunities to everyone. If you will see, we will study the chapters equality, justice, freedom, liberty. Many of the things are almost the same because all these are closely interrelated. As only get talking about justice is not sufficient to have an just and equal society. Only equal talking about equality is not going to have a proper society or equitarian type of society, or only talking about freedom or liberty. So all these and combination of all these concepts, when we understand all the dimensions of all these concepts and how they are working in the society, it can be through that we can have an equitarian type of society. Okay, or a just society. So here we'll have to understand when we talked about economic equality also, but it is about equality, economic justice here now. It means to provide equal opportunities to everyone to earn his or her livelihood. Okay, so everyone has should be given equal opportunities. We are not going to help and give directly money to someone. We just what we can, the government can do, we can make a system in such a way where everyone has is given an equal opportunities to show their potential. Okay, so that they can earn their livelihood. It also means to help such people who are not able to work and earn their livelihood. And under this economic justice, we are also going to help the people who are not fit enough to earn their livelihood, or they are unable to work. So we are going to help them. The basic need, we means the government, through various basic policies and plans. Okay, the basic need of every person, such as food, clothes, shelter. So these are the basic needs of any human. as a human, if I don't talk about the luxurious life, if I say what are the very basic amenities which every human being or every living being in or any citizen requires, first and foremost thing is clothes, sorry, food, without which we cannot survive. Clothes are important, shelter where we stay, and education. To recognize our potential, to understand, to have the clear understanding of the society, education plays a very important role. So these are the basic needs of any person in the society, and these should be provided and fulfilled by the government, and which we would be calling as economic justice, where they will be getting equal opportunities. So it means food, shelter, education, clothes. These are the needs of every citizen, and they should be fulfilled. It stands for by, if we talk about the economic justice, it stands for by assuring adequate means of livelihood to all. Everyone should have at least adequate means. Everyone should have the means from where they can earn their livelihood anyhow. So everyone should have real opportunities to earn their livelihood by making provisions for equal pay. And there should also be provisions under the justice. When we talk about justice, okay, we are providing the adequate means of earning their livelihood, but when they are going to jobs or works to earn their livelihood, there should be equal pay for equal work. It means there should not be any discrimination on the basis of gender, like so for the same work, same job, males are uh, paid more and females are paid less. This should not be there. There should be a free distribution of resources, as you also have seen PDS system, public distribution systems, ration shops. Also there are various distribution of resources where there are subsidies on the cylinders or electricity bills, water bills. So all these resources should be distributed equally, and there should be a proper provision to distribute these resources. Equal economic opportunities for all. So when we talk about economic activities, so equal opportunities, a system should be created in such a way where everyone gets the equal opportunities, so to show their potential, show their skills, okay, and they can develop their personality, and raise the standard of living through their hard work. It's all about giving and providing equal opportunities to grow. So now we have studied all the important dimensions of justice. To understand the meaning of justice, we had done the first part, and in this second part, we have understood the various dimensions. If we have to completely understand the meaning and deeply understand the meaning of justice, we have to go through with the legal justice, political justice, social justice, and economic justice. So these four are the important pillars, we can say, to understand the complete concept of justice. That is why we are studying this topic under the book political theory. Otherwise I would have just given you the definition of justice and our work would was done. But as a student of political science, you must know the various dimensions of each and every topic which we are studying under this book, that is political theory. That is, a theory word has been added to it. And why this theory word has been added, that we had already done it in the first chapter. Now, to sum up this topic here, while the concept of political justice is closely linked with the idea of liberty. So when we talk about the political justice, as I told you, these single terms and single concepts are not sufficient enough to have the just society. So there should be a proper combination of all the important concepts which we are studying under this book, political theory. So when we talk about political justice or providing political justice to every citizen, it is closely linked with the idea of liberty. So we had already covered this chapter of liberty. So this idea of political justice is closely linked with the idea of liberty. On the other hand, when we talk about economic and legal justice with equality, so when we have to relate these are, there is a close link between when I talk about economic and legal justice. So as we had discussed the various dimensions of justice, when we were talking about political justice, it is closely linked with liberty. When I was talking about economic and legal justice, which we have discussed here only, it was closely related and linked to the topic equality, the last chapter which we have covered. Liberty chapter also we have covered, equality chapter also we have covered. And when I was discussing about social justice, this is the topic under justice which comes under fraternity. So this is not in the syllabus currently, fraternity, but as you know, there's the meaning of this word, and we have explained this. This is a word which is also there in the preamble. It's all about brotherhood, unity. There is a lot of diversity in our country, still we all are living together. Okay, a just combination, a proper and a just proper combination of all these four pillars. If we say about four pillars, like political justice, economic justice, legal justice, and social justice. If there will be a close and proper combination of all these four dimensions, we can achieve justice in our life. So we can get justice in our life. But again, getting just a justice in our life cannot have an equal and just society. Along with it, we need to have liberty, equality, fraternity as well. So I hope you have understood this topic and how they are so closely linked to each other. And every topic of this book, political theory, is closely linked with each other. There will be a questions also. I don't think that there will be a question of justice, so I will just talk about justice. I can ask a question that why justice is important in relation to equality. I can ask in relation to liberty. I can ask. So there can be a interchange of topics also. So I hope you have understood this topic.